Hello, it's the Metal Evangelist here again with a video, and this one's kind of different. This is a response to a response of Marty Worm of Bin Ruin Recordings. And I have to preface this video, I've been drinking scotch for the past hour. I'm a little bit drunk, and I don't mean to come across as an asshole. If I do, I apologize. But he made a response video to Do You Download, and I watched it. I didn't agree with all of it. I didn't agree with most of it. I saw a second video he made after that saying that he didn't get a lot of comments on his video about people that were for downloading. So I figured maybe I should speak up, because to answer the question, do I download illegally? I will admit the answer is yes. And I'll go through a couple of points as to why. Marty mentioned SoulSeek. When I was a college graduate, just had my first job, student loans, didn't have a lot of money, SoulSeek was great. The first reason was for out-of-print albums that I could never afford to buy when I was a teenager in high school. It was really cool to be able to download and listen to stuff that I didn't have the money to take a chance on back then. And I totally get it. I have a dead computer full of stuff that I never listened to. But that's kind of my point. If you download something and never listen to it, or listen to it once and hate it, you didn't lose anything. You were out zero money, and you wouldn't have bought that shit anyway. So, does downloading MP3s really matter? And I think in some ways, it doesn't matter more than it does. And I took a bunch of notes too from Marty's video. And I don't mean to, I'm not trying to bash Marty. I think he's a great guy. I love Bin Ruin Recordings. I love Iwa's recordings. I've bought plenty of CDs from him, and I hope to buy more. So I just want to have a discussion on why I have a counterpoint. So I hope I'm not coming across as a jerk with this. But if I download something and I listen to it and I don't like it, I'm not going to buy it anyway. And I feel like there's this younger generation is almost put up like a straw man, like, oh, this guy's got all these MP3s. If that's a kid in junior high, he doesn't have money to buy all that stuff anyway. And like I said, he can't listen to it all. If he doesn't listen to it, it's like it never happened almost. He wasn't going to buy that anyway. If I download something and I love it, I'm going to go buy it. That's me, personally, because now I'm 38 years old, I have a job, I've got some expendable income. I feel like I'm a collector. I'm gonna buy that shit. So, but if I blind buy something, I remember those days, back when, before the internet was king, and you'd go to the CD store, and shit was $15.99, and it's like, well, it looks kind of good, I'll try it. And if you get a dud, you're out your fucking 16 bucks that you worked your part-time job to get. And you're pissed. You are pissed if that album sucks. And I do understand, and I agree with the whole excitement of finding something new, putting it on for the first time, having the hair stand up on the back of your neck, and it just changes your life. I understand that feeling. But it doesn't mean that I had to pay for it. Here's an example. Here's an example. Remember, Scotch. Sepultura's Arise. I didn't buy that CD when I first heard it. I borrowed it from a friend at school. Fucking loved it. Gave it back to him, and I had to go buy it. Was pissed when I went to the record store and they were sold out and I had to wait. But I got that same feeling, not because I was entitled to hear it, but because somebody loaned it to me for free. I heard it for free. I did. Same thing with Death, Human. Heard that shit for free. I went out and bought it because I loved it. So the argument that I have to pay something to hear it, I don't really agree with that. What else we got here? Yeah, the entitlement thing. It's like, I don't know. You talked about Volcari, Divination, getting leaked. I'm listening to it right now. You don't know if I bought it. Guess what? I didn't. I didn't download it either. It's on fucking Bandcamp. I'm hearing it right now and enjoying the shit out of it for free. So this entitlement thing, I don't really get. I mean, am I entitled to listen to it? I own some speakers and I own a computer and I pay for access to the internet. So yeah, I'm entitled to listen to it because it's up on the internet for free. Sure, I might not be able to listen to it in my car, but I can come home to my metal layer here and put it on because I've got internet access. Whatever. I mean, maybe if I listen to it for free enough, I'm going to love it enough to buy it. There you go. Okay. What else we got? Oh, he mentioned Celestial's Desolate North getting put on SoulSeek, and your sales went down. I don't want to be a jerk about this again, but I checked on your Bandcamp page. It's up there. It says it's long out of print. I checked on the Metal Detector. You can find it in a couple places for full price. I checked on Discogs. You can still buy it. But it says on your Bandcamp page that it's been long out of print. That means you got rid of all your copies. You must have been compensated for them, I'm assuming. I don't know every intricacy of owning a label, so I won't pretend to. But if you don't have any more copies, I'm guessing you sold out of the copies. So, and I also think it's a little bit funny that it's available digitally on your Bandcamp when you said in your video, I've never bought an MP3 off Bandcamp. Really? You've never bought one? I buy them all the time because some bands, they don't put out a CD. They can't afford it. They're self-released. But I can buy their 3-song demo for $3 and support that band and have the music anytime I want it on demand. And it shows up in my music feed on Bandcamp so other people that follow me see it and maybe they'll check it out. Maybe they'll buy it. So I think it's a little bit hypocritical that you say you've never bought an MP3 off Bandcamp, but you're selling MP3s on Bandcamp. Also, a lot of these bands will put out a cassette for $5 or a download for $3. Me personally, I'll pay the extra $2 and get the cassette. There's some shipping in there too, but I've still got something. I mean, I don't know. Time. You mentioned a hard drive crashing. Holy fucking shit. I've got like 2,500 CDs back here. My hard drive did take a shit. Do you know how long it would have taken me to re-rip all these motherfuckers? Holy shit. It would have taken months. Months of sitting down here and jacking them back into the computer and making them into MP3s. Luckily, I will highly endorse $300datarecovery.com if your shit ever takes a shit, because they got all my stuff back and I didn't have to do that for only $300. Anyway, oh my god, yes. That's the other thing. If I download an album on MP3 and I like it, I don't have to burn it. I don't have to rip it to my computer. That takes time. I'm sorry. I've got a shit ton of stuff that's still in the queue to get ripped to MP3 because I'm a fucking father of 2 and I don't have time. Don't mean to complain, but that's just the fact of life. You also mentioned when bands play live, that's where they truly make money from the ticket sales and buying merch. Well, guess what? If I download something and I become a fan of that band or someone else does, I'm more likely to come see them when they come to my town, pay that ticket money, go to the show, buy the album from them directly, maybe buy a t-shirt where I think they get most of their margin from because t-shirts are kind of cheap to make. So the whole these bands are losing money because you're downloading music, I don't get it. I mean, home recording of cassettes was killing music back in the 70s and 80s. Music is still around. Labels are still around. And smaller labels, there's even more of them now, which is a great thing. That's a whole different rant about major labels ripping off bands. Let's see. You mentioned print not being a thing anymore. I think Decibel Magazine is just as good as Metal Maniacs. I bought Metal Maniacs back in the day. I feel like Decibel's on par with them. If you don't agree, that's fine, but that's my personal opinion. So yes, I read reviews. I look at who's in Decibel magazine. I think it's great. You mentioned leaks. Yeah, leaks suck, but if somebody wants to hear it that bad, they're going to hear it. The last thing I wanted to say, you said something to the effect of you could survive if the internet went away. Well, again, most of your catalog is on Bandcamp. You have a website that you sell stuff through. I mean, I don't want to challenge you, but I don't think you could just take down your websites and start doing a hand mailing list and paying for the printing that comes with a catalog or the postage to mail it out to the people on your mailing list. I don't think you could do that in this day and age and survive. That's my opinion. So, again, I dropped this thing, sorry. Marty Worm from Bindrun, I really admire you as somebody who is a metal fan, A. B, has a label, and C, buys physical media and supports the scene. I really appreciate your efforts, and again, I'm sorry if I come across as an asshole or anything, but those are just my opinions. Yeah, I mean, if somebody downloads something and they never listen to it, they wouldn't have bought it anyway. I have plenty of blind buys or stuff that I just hear a little bit of, but I think it's great in this day and age that people can at least hear a preview or hear something to know that, yes, I want to buy this, and they go buy it informed. So that's my response to the downloading issue. I hope you like it, and we'll see you next time. Stay heavy.